You guys are not gonna believe this. This is incredibly shocking. I myself have had to change my mind like dramatically over the last few weeks, but it all is perfectly making sense. It's so wonderful. I feel like the coronavirus is like, I'm in love with it because it's just given me the greatest amount of insight and ability to relate to people for the first time ever that wouldn't necessarily be thinking on such a strategic level, but I do. Okay, so as you may know, I already have a background, 20 years of energy medicine. I understand energy, I understand life force, I understand health. So in all this research, all my events, I have had a personal experience that has given me so much tangible proof. It's incredible, and I'm going to share that with you right now. Okay, so I'm in a little hallway. I live in the jungle in Hawaii, and I moved into this hallway about 8 months ago, and it took me 6 months to, it took me 2 months to like get my internet and phone hooked up, and then in that time I also found out that there was mold here. And so I just, accepted my circumstances and was just moving through, and I got this cough, and I just knew that it was the mold. And I knew I had to move, and I just was figuring out all my situation. And then the coronavirus got here, and I got nervous, so I was like, gosh, I gotta go get this checked. And so I went to the doctor, and I had them do a chest x-ray, and I told them my situation, and they took blood work, and everything came back normal. Except the chest x-ray, actually, there was like extreme scarring, all like at the bottom parts of my lungs. And I'm gonna go back for another talk with a specialist, but something has changed dramatically since then. Side note, prior to living in this hallway, I had been living off-grid for like 3 years where I never slept next to a router. And so when I got here and I hooked up what I needed to hook up, it was about the same time that I found out about the mold. And so my sickness, I just assumed was the mold. And before I even got my lab work back, we were also getting 5G. And I was like, let me look into this. And I disconnected it because I realized how unhealthy it was, and I realized that everyone was saying it was connected to the coronavirus, and I totally understand it because it's based in vibration, it's based in cellular activity, and it's based in cellular mutations. So basically the big concept is, we're not contracting diseases, we're getting radiation poisoning. It's affecting the whole frequency of the planet. Like, we have an energetic field around every single body. They're all connected. We're connected to the earth. Like, this is our life force, and we're corded to each other and to the earth and to ourselves. And so I understood how the 5G was probably connected, and so I was worried because I had this cough and I was just taking in all this information. It's been like shift, like, oh my goodness. So I came home and I turned off my 5G, worried about the coronavirus, waiting for my lab work. Before I even got my lab work back, within 48 hours of turning off my router, my cough was gone. There's no medicine that works that fast. There's 48 hours. It took me 6 months. This cough was so bad that it was like a lung cough every morning. I mean, like, I couldn't breathe style cough, so bad. So bad that even when I left my house that I would meet somebody at 9 o'clock at night and I had been gone for 8 hours and they'd be like, wow, you have a cough. Like, it was such a bad cough. Like, I was really worried. And so that's why I went through all of my own research to find out what was really happening. But this blew my mind. 48 hours, cough gone. And I can't even tell you how much better I feel. Listen to this. Do you know how many G's I was sleeping next to? I had a booster that Verizon gave me because I'm in the off-grid. I got zero reception out here on my cell phone. And so Verizon said, well, because I wanted to cancel the service, and Verizon said, well, if you want, we can give you a booster and you can connect it to the internet and then you can have your own service. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. They didn't charge me. And that's what I did. And do you know what I was next to? The booster itself was 4G. I've been sleeping 6 feet away from 4G. This is an extreme example, but it is an example because we needed it to come to an example point for us to realize, well, we can't be messing around. Look at this example. So this is what happened. I also had a router. I haven't even bothered to determine whether it was 2G, 3G, or 4G because there was another G, 1G at least, that I'm sure it wasn't 4G. Say it was 4G. So 4G. So let's just say worst case scenario. I was sleeping next to 8G for 6 months. That's all it took to completely burn potentially my lungs. I don't know what's going to happen when I go back to the doctor. I'll give you an update because I want to go and talk to the doctor. And even when I got my results back from my doctor's practitioner, the person that's in charge and gave me all my results, I told her, I said, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. That's a miracle, not a miracle. I turned off my internet and my cough is gone in 48 hours. And she said, that's not so far-fetched. There's a lot of doctors that are saying that, these wavelengths are causing cancer. My sequence of events has brought me so much clarity about this situation right now. I'm gonna go to my local government. I'm gonna go speak to my mayor and city council. I'm gonna keep making videos. I'm gonna write books. I'm gonna keep speaking until we understand. And I have an idea. Don't freak out, everybody. See, okay, I'm gonna just focus here because I was about to start talking about human behavior. But here's the solution to the 5G issue and our need to have it that I know everyone's going to have a really hard time letting go of. But we need to put this power in its place because it's killing us. We need to get it out of our neighborhoods. It's making us sick. We're not catching cancer. We're not catching cooties. We are creating an environment inside of us for our cells to mutate. And we've been basing our medical science on a microbial universe, and we are not a microbial universe. We are not even a microbial life. We are an energetic life. We need to be focusing our health on the energy. Microbes move under microscopes. See, this is the level of intelligence that we're at. We're just low intelligence here, and I'm not. I've been working on the yoga, and a lot of people have, so I'm not the only one, but I'm able to kind of communicate this hopefully to people in a way that's more digestible and diversified, because this is serious. We need to turn this off. We need to get it out of the neighborhoods. Law, none of this. We need to be able to sleep. We need to be able to get rid of the chemicals. We need to get rid of all this stuff. We need to get our life force back. So we need to take all this 5G out of the neighborhood and we put it in its place. We can have big 5G festivals and we can wear outfits and we can play games and put it in its place. But we cannot have this in our homes. I cannot believe. I want to say that my internet was probably 3G. That's really what I think it was. So I was sleeping 6 feet away from 7G for 6 months, and I practically coughed up a lung. And when it was unplugged 48 hours later, my cough is gone. And not only is my cough gone, I can sing, I can feel my vibration coming back. Literally, I'm this in tune with my body because I've been doing yoga for so long. So I don't even have to go back and forth and test this. I know myself. I know my body. I'm able to sing. I'm able to breathe into my belly again. that shit was fucking me up, and it's fucking us up. And so you can say, well, I'm not having that experience. Well, I smoke, so I'm gonna cough, but maybe somebody else is gonna get cancer, right? Maybe somebody else is gonna get pneumonia. I don't know what everybody else's diagnosis is gonna be acceptable at, what you're gonna feel confused about. But always, 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 no matter what diagnosis that you've received from the 21st century mindset of microbial medicine, which is very not correct, it's very small thinking, it's too temporary. You know, it's always the same thing. Inside of us, we have made an imbalance due to our society, due to the chemicals, due to the stress, due to the pressure, due to the sounds, due to the frequencies. It messes up our inside environment. Just like our whole world is being polluted, so is the inside of us, with the frequencies, with the chemicals, with all of it. And so basically what's happening is that for the human being, and probably for the whole world, it's a balance. It's a pH balance. Like, we need to have all of our cells working. We need minerals, we need nutrients, not found in our food. We need good vibes, not found on TV, not found with this 5G. We need low stress, not found in our society, because otherwise, like, our energetic systems, and then we become acidic, and then our cells mutate. It's always the same function, and maybe people's symptoms will be different. That's what I should say. Like, your symptoms, well, you know, the pathology for every human being is different, because every single human being is different, but the fundamental lying truths of our nature are the same, is that we are energetic beings living with a symbiotic earth. That is, we're all alive, and killing our energy is more important than cooties. Proof in my life right now. I thought for sure I had a mold issue. I thought for sure I had a microbial infection. And I don't. And I turned off my internet, and I'm back. We need to put this in its place, people. Turn it off. Watch. Turn it off. And you can see it all came on at the same time as this corona scare, this microbial missight. We're not looking at the right thing. It's like if we were to be attacking pollution, you know, oh my God, look at this pollution, and we're like, but what about what's causing the pollution? So the microbes that we've been studying underneath the, you know, the microscopes, or the cells, I mean, we even know now, like, the atoms, they seem to, like, move, like, it's a very, like, mysterious thing, and that's why most people don't understand it. But what you can understand is that we don't understand it, but we do understand enough. The doctors are saying, we don't know how dangerous this is. We need to turn it off. And I'm here to 100% agree, because I just had a firsthand experience, and I don't even recommend. I was gonna say, if you want to practice, try it, but you don't know what your symptom's gonna be. You don't know what you're gonna do to yourself. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I'm not too worried, because I've given my life to God, and I feel like this God, when I say God, I mean good. I live for the people. And so, you know, if I'm able to help right now, and that's just what I went through, and this is able to come through me, like, so be it. I'm fine with that. But I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to damage myself more to be like, is this correct? Like, I'm not freaking nuts. I know myself. I know what's going on. And I'm not the only one. So this is so amazing to me. Proof right there in the pudding. 48 hours, cough, gone. Unplug. Bye. Okay, so I just watched the video, and I just wanted to add that, you know, my experience is unique, and that's why I'm making this video, and I feel like I went through this. It's unique because I don't have neighbors. I have nobody around me. And I had my own satellite next to me, and I was able to fully have it on and then to fully have it off without really any other interruptions. I mean, I go to work every day. I leave my house, but, you know, so I'm out in that, and I can feel it. It's crazy. But what I want to say is, like, don't expect such dramatic results by plugging or unplugging your own if you live in a neighborhood. And that's why I'm saying we have to get it out of the neighborhood, because it's not fair to anyone, you know, because we're all going to disagree. Some people aren't going to care, but some people are. And so that's why there needs to be a law, because it can't be people deciding against you know, quality of life. That's what caring laws do, is they say, you know what, you guys are going to have differences of opinion, but we're going to protect you because we know the science. And we're going to create a safe space for these things so that you guys can have what you want, but we're going to prevent this from happening because we know it's going to kill people. So basically, yeah, so don't expect such extreme, you know, experiences if you have neighbors and if you're in the city already. But just protect yourself by eating high vibe foods, you know, work on your own vibration, unplug, definitely don't sleep with it, you know, just know that you can always come back to center by eating vibrant foods, smoothies, just fruits and vegetables, and having vibes. It's all about vibe. You could even meditate. This is why the yogis are able to jump into the ocean or into the Ganges when it's totally full of like microbes, because they're on a different level. They vibrate higher and at a higher frequency than all of this low microbial stuff that we're all in. So they're on the higher chakras. All of their chakras are open, and so are mine. I have the potential, but I had to shut mine back down just to fit into this society. So that's why it's just so wonderful, because I can see. Woo, so exciting. So yeah, it's time to open up, get out of the lower chakras, rise up. We're not a microbial problem. We are an energetic issue. Bye.